Now, I've watched this a lot, this clip, from various angles. My understanding, Daniel, is that the law says if it's the belt line, a punch, it's legal.
Yeah.
From that angle, from other angles, it looks to me, I'm not an expert, but it looks to me like you hit him on the belt line.
What will be future? Yeah. For me, in the past, it's in the past. I live now. Listen, first time, it's not my deal. It's a problem for referee.
But what did you think watching it then? What do you think?
But the pass, this pass, this clean.
Bro, I've seen so many clips.
This is clean.
I've seen so many clips. I've watched boxing my whole life. If this shot here, let me explain.
My body shake because you punch here.
And your belt is higher.
Bro,
Can I ask you something?
I've watched boxing my whole life.
Did you ever get hit in the
Of course,
past?
that's why I'm saying, because I fight. I've done 250 rounds with Fury, I've fought people. So my question to you, I've watched boxing my whole life.
Okay.
How many? Floyd Mayweather,
How many professional?
Every time the belt gets punched, every fight. But I know you are.
With the Usyk versus Dubois rematch drawing near, a storm from their first bout is boiling back to the surface. One punch, one pause, and one massive argument over whether it was legal or low. Now, Dubois' team is putting Usyk on the spot, demanding answers. Emotions are raw and the exchange. It's anything but friendly.
What did it feel like?
Це було боляче, it was pain.
The pain that makes you sick in the groin, or the pain that makes you gasp in the belly?
You know, like a punch and like a seed, and like a up, down, up, down.
Yeah, but it was a body shot. It was a body shot.
Okay, bro.
That was clear.
It was in the past. Okay, body shot. Body shot.
Yeah.
Bro, what is body shot?
Body shot, man.
Like a body shot.
I'll
body
show
shot.
you again.
Body shot. It's
I'll
like
show you
this.
again.
It's not this.
That wasn't there. You didn't go like that.
Listen, my friend.
I think one thing
What's
that fans...
going on? This body shot. This body shot. It's not. It's not only one punch. It's not only one. You punch every time. Don't worry. Take it easy, buddy.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, man.
Okay. I wait you.
Yeah.
It starts not with insults, but with a strangely respectful tone. A member of Dubois' team tells Usyk he respects him and even admires his unexpected wins. But then comes the twist. The man questions whether Usyk was truly honest about what happened after that controversial body shot. He points out how Usyk collapsed, how his body shook, and how there was no immediate protest about a low blow. His tone shifts from admiration to accusation, and in that moment you can feel the tension bubbling over. This is no casual debate. It's a challenge to Usyk's honesty, his pride, and even his pain.
So I want to ask you a question. I respect you because my Tyson Fury is my friend. You came up to heavyweight. You beat a couple guys that I didn't think you were going to beat them. You beat them, so I respect you, and I have to respect you for that. But I want to ask you a question from the bottom of your heart. When Daniel hit you with that shot, I know human beings, when you get hit low, football, whatever, people, you straight away, you hold like this. When you got hit, you went down, and your body started shaking like this, like your stomach. And the referee looked at you, you didn't say low, you didn't complain, you sat there.
Now, with the rematch approaching, the same scene is being re-examined, this time under brighter lights. During an interview with Piers Morgan, even the host admits that the punch looks legal from certain angles. He tells Dubois that that shot could have been fair based on the beltline rule. Dubois agreed without hesitation, saying Usyk went down, didn't grab anything, and was legitimately knocked out. The implication is strong. If the call had gone his way, he believes he should already be the unified champion.
Yeah, that's it.
Which, if you had, then you would have won that fight, because Alexander actually took about 4 minutes, which he was allowed to do, 4 minutes before he got back into fighting. Do you feel a bit robbed by what happened there?
Yeah, definitely.
You think it was a legitimate blow?
That really was. That landed. You didn't see him grab his balls. He went down, and that was a legitimate knockdown.
Do you think you knocked him out?
Yeah.
Alexander, what do you say?
Usyk, calm but clearly frustrated, defends his reaction with focus. He says it wasn't a clean body shot. Instead, the punch landed on his belt line, which was high. He argues that a shot there triggers a very real physical response, which is why his body reacted the way it did. Dubois' team tries to counter that, mentioning how elite fighters like Shakur and Floyd have been given time and protection in similar situations. But Usyk doesn't engage with comparisons. His tone stays cool, but you can sense his patience is thinning. He's not defending a title right now, he's defending his credibility.
It's your opinion.
It's not opinion. I'm asking your opinion. I'm asking.
Bro, listen. This is position, like not punch, yeah. This is. Your fighter punch me this.
But your reaction.
Stop.
Your reaction.
Yeah, reaction. Listen, you doctor.
You see Shakur, you see Floyd, we know all the
My
time.
friend,
They
my
stop,
friend.
they stab.
If you
They stab the belt always.
If you
The
wanna
belt always.
play,
Yeah,
if you stop. If you wanna play, playing start now. Yeah. Listen.
We're always ready to play.
And even in the Morgan interview, Usyk maintains that same stance. He admits the punch was close, yes, but calls it not clean. He tries to be fair, saying it's the referee's responsibility, not his, but he does call the shot problematic. He explains that it was one of those punches where the glove hits low and slides upward. Whether intentional or not, for him it crossed the line. Then comes a sharper moment. Usyk calls it a dirty punch. Not in the sense of cheating, but one that strayed from clean boxing. Dubois immediately defends himself, saying it landed clean and he never meant harm.
It's not clean.
Really?
Yes.
It's very close.
Yeah. It's maybe like this because punch was like a boom and fist go up. Listen. It's problem for referee and coach who study clean, not как грязно, dirty punch.
A dirty punch.
Yes,
You think?
yes.
Deliberate?
This was dirty punch.
But Dubois' team pushes harder. This one guy keeps insisting the punch was clean. He describes how Usyk's body reacted and says it looked like a legit knockdown, not a foul. Usyk stays composed but firmly explains again, his belt was high, the shot wasn't legal, and the shaking wasn't for show. For him, it wasn't just pain, it was precision hitting the wrong target. The real argument here isn't about tape or slow motion, it's about who gets to define what happened in that exact second.
Listen. This clean? Bro,
I've seen so many clips.
this is clean?
I've seen so many clips. I've watched boxing my whole life. If this shot here, let me explain.
My
explain.
body shake
And
because
your-
you punch here.
And your belt is high.
Bro,
Can I ask you
it's
something?
once.
Did you
I've
ever
watched
get-
boxing my whole
did
life.
you ever
It
get hit
was
in
the
Of
the
course,
balls?
that's why I'm saying, because I fight. I've done
That's
250
cut in the
rounds
balls.
with Fury, I've fought people. So my question to you, I've watched boxing my whole life.
Okay.
You've
How
got
many?
Floyd Mayweather, you've got
Okay.
Shakur
How
Stevenson.
many?
I'm
How
finished.
many professional?
Every
how
time the
many
belt it gets
professional
punched,
fight?
every fight. But I know you are.
As the exchange continues, the tone turns personal. Usyk flips the question back. How many fights has the man challenging him even had? His answer was just 5. Usyk raises a quiet but cutting point. If you haven't truly fought, if you haven't taken shots like that, can you really understand what happened in the ring? He doesn't need to yell to make it sting. It's a reminder that experience isn't just something you watch, it's something you feel.
And you know what? Forget me, forget him, forget him, forget him, forget all these people. Okay. You know you were hurt because I heard what you said. You know.
It's
And
your
that's it.
opinion.
No. It's your opinion. No, it's my opinion.
Yeah.
It's your reality.
Not my reality.
What your
Okay,
minute of fame?
stop. It's my time now. Please, listen. How many professional fight you have?
Don't worry about that.
No.
Don't worry about that.
So you
I've had
ask
a few.
questions,
I've had a
you
few.
want
Five,
him to
five.
answer you,
Many
but you
amateur
don't
fights,
answer.
sparring. Yeah,
He asked
five.
you professional fights.
Maybe you.
Back on the Morgan show, Dubois adds another layer. He says, the aftermath of that punch wasn't just about the ref's decision. He hints at things behind the scenes, suggesting that political or promotional factors played a role in denying him the win. It's the classic fighter's frustration, feeling like the system, not the skills, stole the moment. While he stops short of saying the fight was fixed, the suggestion is clear. In his eyes, everything was stacked against him.
Dirty punch. But you know what?
And he's saying that you did that deliberately.
What do you think? What do you
It
think?
didn't look like it to me.
Honestly, that wasn't a dirty punch. That landed clean. You know, I should have been unified champion, but a number of things happened because of that, behind the scenes, political and everything around that.
Still, Dubois' team keeps pushing. The man explains how in sports like football or sparring, when a man gets hit low, the reaction is immediate. You clutch the spot, you shout, your body folds. But Usyk just dropped. That's what they cannot let go. To them, it looks unnatural, maybe even staged. And they kept repeating the same line. It's not their opinion, but the reality. Usyk is clear. He's been through enough to know what his body felt. The problem to him is that in boxing, opinions often shout louder than facts.
Yeah.
Of course, I've
How do you
experienced
feel?
It depends, but when I get hit here,
Yeah.
the first thing I do, this is what you have to understand, is when I got hit here, the first thing you do, any man, we've all been here, football hits you there, you get hit here, you hold, like you go, you went, and you sat there, and your body started to move like this. I saw what I saw.
Because
As the conversation starts winding down, Dubois' team starts narrating the incident again, like they're trying to convince the world. They replay the referee's indecision, insist the shot was clean, and urge people to re-watch it. But Usyk doesn't bite. He's not trying to convince them anymore. His silence, his steady voice, his refusal to break, that says more than any reply could. With their second fight just around the corner, this isn't just about tactics or conditioning. It's about proving who was right and who has something to hide.
And the referee,
you fight my ball.
The referee went, and then you went. And then he said, no.
okay, 3 minutes.
I know,
Yeah.
that's not opinion. You can go watch, everyone can go watch.
Listen, bro.
Yeah.
See you 18, yeah? July? Maybe 19 July.
And just when things were starting to settle into a familiar back and forth, Roy Jones Jr. stepped in with a viewpoint that cut through the noise. His take is that he's seen a lot of low blows in boxing, but he's never seen someone stay down that long for one. That alone makes the situation murky. He doesn't outright say it wasn't low, but he questions the way Usyk reacted. And even if it was a low blow, Roy points out something simple. Usyk would have had 5 minutes to recover anyway, so in his mind, whether legal or not, Usyk's extended break was going to happen regardless. The debate doesn't hinge on just the punch, it hinges on how the moment was handled.
I've never known Usyk to go down that long for a low blow or body shot, but it's always questionable. Second thing is, if it was a low blow, he would have got 5 minutes rest anyway. So 5-minute rest, he still would have came back and did the same thing.
Then Roy shifts gears and looks at the bigger picture. He suggests that if it had been a clean body shot, Usyk would have gotten up sooner to avoid a possible count or disqualification. That moment of hesitation to Roy looked more like strategic stalling than a man truly broken. But Roy doesn't stop with Usyk. He pivots to Dubois, and that's where things get blunt. He says what bothered him most wasn't the punch at all, but what came after. In a world title fight, Dubois went down from a jab, not a haymaker, not a hook, but a jab from someone who isn't even known as a power puncher. To Roy, that says something. It's not about technique, it's about will. And on that night, Roy questions how badly Dubois really wanted it.
Okay, if the referee had called it a low blow, which he did. So, if it was a body shot, Usyk would have got up because he would have known that if he played that game, the referee was counting, and the referee kept counting, he'd have knew that the referee was going to disqualify him. He'd have got up because he knew he wouldn't have time to play. So that's just number 2. But number 3, and the most part that bothers me the most, which is why I ain't so upset about it, is that you're in a world championship fight, you get hit with a jab, and you go down and just quit. How bad did you really want it? You feel me? So it's like, I do understand both sides, but a jab, kind of hard to say. You feel me? I mean, Usyk is already not known as the biggest explosive puncher anyway, but a jab from a guy who's not known as a puncher, and you go down, I mean, it's just hard.
Yeah. Daniel Dubois didn't jump on him. He tried to.
He didn't jump on him enough for me.
No, I agree with that, boys.
Yeah,
he
not
didn't.
quite enough for me, but
He didn't.
But he did.
He should have thrown everything in the kitchen sink at it
because
then,
he was still
because
there.
he knew he'd rattled him, right? Because like you say, whether yeah, exactly where the shot landed, he's saying, oh, it's my balls, but it's not, mate. It's your body that you've been hit with, whether it's low or not.
That's fair enough.
That's body. That's the point I was making.
No, that is fair enough.
And so, then you got to jump on him and do it. And Daniel didn't do that, and that is.
But we can't be recidivist about the result because that's the.
But not everyone agreed on this perspective. Former world champ Carl Frosch added some weight to the other side of the argument. He said under the Queensberry rules, anything below the navel is considered a low blow, even if it's just brushing the line. According to Frock, the bottom part of Dubois' glove landed too low, possibly on the groin area, which made it a foul. He made it clear, had the ref ruled it legal and started counting, Usyk would have gotten up and carried on. Because to Frock, Usyk's not the type to stay down from a fair shot.
Was it a low blow? The answer to that is yes, it was a low blow. Under the Queensberry rules, if a punch lands on the belt or the box area, then it's considered a foul, an unintentional foul. If it's below the navel, then it's a low blow. It doesn't have to be directly in the gonads for it to be a low blow. It doesn't have to be direct full force impact straight in between the legs. And the punch landed on the belt line. And if you look at Usyk's belt line, you can see his belly button just sort of steering out the top of his belt line. You land a shot on here, this is a good shot, it's a body shot. The referee didn't do that. The bottom part of the glove was on the actual shorts on his scrotum area, really quite low, too low really. So it was a legitimate low blow. Had Usyk been told that's not a low blow and the referee would have started counting, you're not telling me Usyk...
Although these opinions added weight to the conversation, but it also reminded fans why this rematch is important. It's no longer just about a controversial punch or who reacted how. It's about closure. And that's exactly why Anthony Joshua's opinion holds weight here. He shared the ring with Usyk, and he's watched Dubois up close. So when asked if Dubois has a real shot in the rematch, Joshua didn't hesitate. He said yes, absolutely. But he didn't sugarcoat it either. Usyk isn't a guy you beat with one lucky shot. He breaks you down round by round with footwork, timing, and ring IQ. That's what makes him such a nightmare in the division. Still, Joshua made it clear that Dubois has evolved. He's got real power, he's improving fast, and he's coming into this rematch with more experience and better preparation.
On Daniel Dubois against Alexander Usyk, realistically, has he got any chance? We've got 30 seconds.
Of course he has. Look, it's a tough ask, of course. You know, the thing with Usyk is he doesn't depend on his power to knock you out. He depends on his skill. That's why it's a tough ask, because he's going to box rings around you if you let him. Dubois, good luck. Don Charles, good luck. Great British boxing, good luck. We potentially might have a heavyweight championship back on our soil.
So now, all eyes are on the rematch. For Usyk, it's about silencing the doubts and proving that win wasn't just legal, but undeniable. For Dubois, it's a shot at redemption, at rewriting a narrative that's been stuck on pause since that punch. No controversy or confusion, just two heavyweights settling the score. Let us know in the comments below. Was it a low blow or just a moment that got blown out of proportion?